A user plugs into the network, but shouldn't have the same access as a corporate laptop. Another device connects over Wi-Fi, but fails posture checks and still gets internal access. Now, security is asking, who connected? How did they authenticate? And why were they allowed in? These are exactly the challenges addressed by the HPE Networking ClearPass exam. This exam validates your ability to design, configure, and troubleshoot policy-based network access control using ClearPass in real enterprise environments. In this video, we'll work through practice questions that reflect real authentication, authorization, and enforcement scenarios you'll see on the exam. Let's think like a ClearPass administrator. Question number 1. An IT administrator attempts to join a ClearPass server to an Active Directory domain. They notice that the system clocks of the ClearPass server and the AD domain are not in sync. The ClearPass server is 10 minutes behind the AD domain. As a best practice, what should the administrator do? A. The administrator should manually set the ClearPass server clock to match the AD domain. B. The administrator should sync the ClearPass server and the AD domain to the same time source. C. The administrator should proceed with the join. D. None. Correct answer. B. The administrator should sync the ClearPass server and the AD domain to the same time source. Explanation. Manual time setting is a temporary fix and will inevitably drift. The best practice for any distributed system, especially one relying on Kerberos and Active Directory, is to sync all components to the same NTP, Network Time Protocol source. By pointing both the ClearPass servers and the domain controllers to the same authoritative clock, the administrator ensures that the time difference remains near zero, preventing domain join failures and ensuring certificate validity and log accuracy across the entire infrastructure. Question number 2. An IT administrator is setting up ClearPass servers for a new network environment. They need to ensure that the radius authentication will work seamlessly across all servers in the cluster. What crucial step must they take regarding the certificates? A. Share a single RADSEC certificate across all servers. B. Install a single certificate on the publisher server only. C. Install certificates individually on every ClearPass server. D. None. Correct answer. C. Install certificates individually on every ClearPass server. Explanation. Radius certificates, specifically those used for EAP PEEP or EAP TLS, are bound to the specific FQDN and identity of each server. In a cluster, each node, publisher and all subscribers, acts as an independent radius server. Therefore, the administrator must install a radius certificate on every node individually. While these certificates can be issued by the same CA, they must uniquely identify each server to ensure client devices can establish a secure EAP tunnel regardless of which node they connect to. Question number 3. A network engineer is installing a new HTTPS certificate on a ClearPass server to replace the built-in self-signed certificate. They want to ensure the certificate is trusted and properly installed. What critical step must they remember to avoid installation issues? A. Install the certificate without specifying the subject alternative names. B. Include the entire certificate bundle with root CA and intermediate CA trusts. C. Only install the certificate for the publisher. D. None. Correct answer. B. Include the entire certificate bundle with root CA and intermediate CA trusts. Explanation. A common cause of certificate errors is a broken trust chain. When uploading a new server certificate, the engineer must include the entire certificate bundle. This bundle should contain the server's certificate, any intermediate CAs, and the root CA certificate. This allows the ClearPass server to present the full chain to client browsers, ensuring they can verify the certificate's authenticity back to a trusted source. Question number 4. A network administrator is troubleshooting an issue where a user is unable to log in to the policy manager's web interface. The administrator checks the access tracker but does not see any relevant logs. What should the administrator do next based on ClearPass's handling of TACACS requests? A. Create a new TACACS service in the Policy Manager. B. Check the event viewer for the TACACS request. C. Restart the ClearPass server to reset the logs. D. None. Correct answer. B. Check the event viewer for the TACACS request. Explanation. While radius requests for network access are almost always found in the access tracker, TACACS plus requests for device administration that fail early in the process, such as those from an unauthorized source IP, may not appear there. In these cases, the event viewer is the correct diagnostic tool. The event viewer captures system-level errors, including unknown NAD alerts for TACACS plus attempts, which will help the administrator identify why the request isn't being processed by a service. Question number 5. A network administrator is configuring a new network access device, NAD, in ClearPass. They select RADSEC for the network device and notice that the PSK field automatically changes to RADSEC, regardless of what is typed. What is the most likely reason for this behavior? A. RADSEC requires a fixed PSK value for secure communication. B. The network device is not compatible with RADSEC configuration. C. The administrator's user permissions restrict changes to the PSK field. D. None. Correct answer. A. RADSEC requires a fixed PSK value for secure communication. Explanation. As discussed in Q5, RADSEC utilizes TLS for security, which renders the traditional Radius MD5 shared secret obsolete. In the ClearPass interface, when RADSEC is selected as the protocol, the system automatically defaults the PSK to RADSEC because the underlying communication is now secured by certificates, not a password. This is a standard behavior of the protocol implementation in HPE Aruba products to indicate that certificate-based trust is now the priority. The HPE Networking ClearPass exam isn't about memorizing menus. It's about understanding who gets access, under what conditions, and why. Practicing ClearPass-style questions like these helps you design smarter access control policies, troubleshoot authentication and enforcement issues faster, confidently secure enterprise wired and wireless networks. If you want more HPE networking, ClearPass practice questions that reflect real exam difficulty and real-world scenarios, check the link in the description for additional resources on CertBoosters. Subscribe to the channel for more networking, security, and HPE certification practice sessions. Thanks for watching. And remember, in modern networks, access is never just allowed or denied. It's earned through policy.